One of the brands in the market that's been gaining pace recently is the 40-plus year trading LILIN. We're going to talk to Jasmine Godfrey, Key Accounts Manager of LILIN UK, to learn more about how and why integrators are turning to the Taiwanese manufacturer for their security solutions. Jasmine, welcome to Security on Screen. It's lovely to have you here in the studio. Firstly, it's unusual for me to be interviewing somebody that's not 30 years ex-police service sitting in a black suit, so a particular warm welcome to you. What's your background with LILIN? How long have you been with the company?
So this will be my 6th year with the company. I originally started as kind of a sales admin role, and then as I became more and more interested in the product, in the industry itself, I just found myself progressing through to sales and then through to Key Accounts Manager, so I look after most of the distribution partners in the UK and EMEA.
Progressing is probably a word that we should pick up on because LILIN is a very progressive brand. There are a few things that are setting you aside from other providers. The big thing at the moment that nobody's really talking about is the recent announcements by the UK government, and we're obviously all aware of the American government attitude towards Chinese products. How's that impacting the business for LILIN?
We're seeing a huge demand from kind of all corners of people looking for an alternative to Chinese security solutions, and we're perfectly placed to offer that. So it's been a very exciting couple of years for us.
And OEM, let's just cover that one off because, I'm hearing mixed things in the marketplace. Do you OEM?
We are not an OEM. So we are a kind of independent Taiwanese manufacturer. The company was started 43 years ago by 3 brothers, and they're still in charge and running it today. So we've always been developing our own CCTV products. It's a strange rumour going around, but no, we're not an OEM.
And as far as the level that LILIN operates to, I don't know everything about every brand, but you strike me as a brand that's able to demonstrate versatility in the market. I understand that in Taiwan, for example, you're heavily embedded in CNI installations.
Yep, so we cover everything from residential installations to commercial and kind of government industries as well. So I think one of the interesting products in Taiwan is that we're integrating our Edge AI solution to look at pantograph detection. So we're monitoring the Taiwanese railways, essentially. The pantographs wear and tear quite frequently, and obviously if these break, then the train can't run. So we've set it up so that it's constantly monitored. Every time the camera sees a pantograph, it takes a photo, which can then be kind of monitored by the railway team. They can see any signs of wear and tear and then say, okay, that one needs to be pulled, that one needs to be repaired, and get it back out. And that way there's no delays or any kind of troubles there.
And that learning has come through the product range to demonstrate the versatility that you're offering to a standard integrator or installer. I understand that they can program their own AI?
Yep, so it's a kind of a product we call YOLO, which means you only look once. This means that you can upload photos of an object that you want to detect, and we will create a specialised firmware to monitor that AI behaviour on our Edge AI cameras.
So with this in mind, it strikes me that LILIN's clearly established some deep relationships in the market, a very heavy set understanding of what companies are looking for from a user perspective and an integration perspective. Partnerships, let's just look at those. What's the lowdown there?
So we've worked really hard to just kind of establish really deep, long-lasting relationships. So we've been working with companies such as GJD. So we've developed a very deep integration between their products and our products in order to give the customer like a full solution. Otherwise, we've been working with companies like Imix, Genetec, Milestone for years to make sure that that integration is there and available for all customers so they can use LILIN products with their preferred VMS platform.
It's good to understand some of the differentiators. You know, there's manufacturers are always fighting for position inside the sector. It's nice to speak to a manufacturer that's able to articulate what the differences are, rather than just pushing forward what sounds like a USP that isn't making much of a difference in real terms. I think it's important that people consider the LILIN offering. What would you say to a installer that might be looking for a different solution? Why should he come to you?
Well, for a start, we're NDAA compliant, and that means that installing a LILIN solution is less likely to be ripped out by the government in a few years' time. We are really customer focused, so we look at ensuring that our customers are really well protected. We offer extended warranties from our European headquarters, which is located in Milton Keynes, so not far out of London. And we've also kind of been working with customers on larger projects to develop a solution. So things like reskinning the app for certain clients, they prefer to have their own logo on it. That's fine, we can do that. We've worked with several companies to kind of make adjustments to our normal VMS platform. So Taiwan have been able to release firmware updates that are able to showcase, like for example, a particular camera view and have that displayed in a way that suits the end user's requirements.
Jasmine, thank you for taking time to expand out on some of the highlights of the LILIN brand, what you're offering to the market, and for the validating and explaining, you know, where you've come from and where you're moving towards. We appreciate you taking time to speak with the audience at Security on Screen. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.